Welcome back to Theme Park Spark. Please like and subscribe. Today we're going to talk about Disneyland do's and don'ts with a toddler. The first time I took my kids to Disneyland, my son was 4 and my daughter was a baby. We've been multiple times since, so I know a thing or two about navigating the parks with toddlers. This video covers both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure Park. Strollers. Bring one. Even if your child never uses a stroller, bring one. Even if your child is 6, bring one. Disneyland involves a lot of walking. My Fitbit usually tells me that I walk between 20,000 and 30,000 steps while I'm at the parks. It's hard for a little child to keep up, and a stroller can help you quickly navigate the crowds and get from point A to point B safely while letting the little one rest. Currently, Disneyland does not allow wagons, even ones you push like a stroller, unless there is a medical reason. Strollers may be no larger than 31 inches by 52 inches. Measure your stroller before you head to the parks. In addition, if you're going to be taking a tram from the parking garage to the parks, you will need to be able to collapse your stroller. There is stroller parking available in every land. I recommend parking the stroller when you arrive at a land and then leaving it there until you're walking to the next land. Cast members, aka employees, often move strollers. Do not panic if your stroller isn't where you left it. Ask a cast member if you can't find it. It was most likely moved to save space for other strollers. It can be helpful to hook something onto your stroller so that it is easy to recognize. And don't leave anything super valuable in the stroller. We've never had anything stolen and often leave things like water bottles and hoodies in our stroller, but we always bring keys, wallet, cell phone, and important things like that with us on rides. Rope drop. Do it. Rope drop means arriving at the park before it opens. Generally, you can scan through the gates about a half hour before the park officially opens, but the lands will be roped off. Get a snack or coffee on Main Street and wait with everyone else outside the rope to your desired land. At park opening time, the cast members, Disney employees, will drop the ropes. That's why it's called rope drop. And everyone speed walks, no running, to your desired first ride of the day.
For your safety, we ask that you please walk to your next destination, and we hope that today you'll make memories that will last a lifetime.
It's good to do rope drop with toddlers for several reasons. First, little kids are usually up and ready to play very early in the morning. Second, little kids usually can't stay up until park closing, so you might as well enjoy the morning as much as possible. Most importantly, the ride wait times will be incredibly short. Many you can walk right onto. Speaking of rides, with toddlers, I recommend going to Fantasyland first. Go on Dumbo, the Carousel, the Teacups, Casey Jr.'s train, and then head to Small World. It's easy to assume that Fantasyland rides are good for kids, but they can sometimes scare toddlers. At age 2, my daughter was scared of every single indoor ride except Small World. The themes of Snow White, Mr. Toad, and Pinocchio can be disturbing for young children. She was even scared of Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan's Flight. If you're not sure if your toddler will like the indoor dark rides or not, I recommend trying Peter Pan's Flight first. If your child likes this, go over to Alice next. If not, skip the other indoor rides, with the exception of Small World. Speaking of rides that scare children, lack of height restriction does not mean your toddler will like the ride. I'd also skip Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion. Again, these are indoor dark rides. However, go on Jungle Cruise and possibly the Finding Nemo submarine ride.
The eighth wonder of the world is the backside of water!
At Disney California Adventure, my daughter loves Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, Jesse's Critter Carousel, and the Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind, and Midway Mania. She was scared of the Little Mermaid ride, another dark indoor ride. She was scared of Web Slingers. She doesn't love the Pixar Pal Around, which is the Ferris wheel, but she was okay with it. Definitely choose non-swinging if you go on the Ferris wheel. Characters. Be sure to head to Toontown to meet Mickey and his friends. You can also look inside their houses and enjoy the rides. Parades are another great place to see characters. At California Adventure, you can meet Elsa and Anna in the animation building. Check the app for hours. You can also see quite a few superheroes at Adventure's campus, meet Lightning McQueen in Cars Land, and see Pixar favorites like Woody and the Incredibles on Pixar Pier. Shows. This depends on the attention span and interest level of your toddler. For example, my daughter loves the Disney Junior Dance Party at California Adventure. This show is geared for little kids. Other shows aren't necessarily geared for toddlers. If you're not sure if your child will like a particular show or not, sit near the back so you can easily leave early if necessary. toddler experiences. Go to Tom Sawyer Island to let the little ones run around and explore. At California Adventure, go to Redwood Creek Canyon Trail. Go on the sailing ship Columbia or the Mark Twain Riverboat. The Disneyland Railroad, the train that goes all the way around the park, is a lot of fun too. However, my daughter is scared of the dinosaurs that you see between Tomorrowland and Main Street stations. This will depend on your child. My son loves the dinos. Food. Many places have toddler-friendly food favorites like hot dogs, hamburgers, mac and cheese, and chicken strips. You can check out my video, How to Plan for Disneyland Using the App, Food Budget, to see details about how to use the app to look at menus before you ever go to the park. This can not only help you with a budget, but it can help you see where you can find your toddler's favorite foods. At Disneyland, I recommend Red Rose Tavern, Jolly Holiday, Refreshment Corner, and the Hungry Bear Restaurant. As far as sweet treats, be sure to try a churro at any churro cart, Dole Whip at the Tropical Hideaway, and Mickey-shaped beignets at the Mint Julep Bar. At the Disney California Adventure Park, I recommend Flo's V8 Cafe and Smoke Jumper's Grill. Here you can also find Dole Whip at Adorable Snowman Frosted Treats on Pixar Pier. I would skip table service restaurants with toddlers. Mobile order is your friend. You can order right from the Disneyland app. Then, instead of waiting in line for your food, you'll receive a notification when it's ready. Also, you can bring in outside food and small coolers. There's even a McDonald's right across the street, and I have seen numerous Happy Meals in strollers. Just don't bring in loose ice. Nap time. Don't skip nap time, but it doesn't necessarily have to look like it does when you're at home. If you're staying in a nearby hotel, you can go to your hotel for nap time. If you're not staying nearby, or if you don't want to leave the parks, use the stroller. My daughter took a good 2-hour nap in the stroller. I brought a small blanket and one of her favorite cuddly toys from home and walked around the park with her until she fell asleep. If you have older children with you, this is a good time to take turns using Rider Switch to go on the bigger rides. Or simply get something to snack on, find a place to rest, and enjoy the park ambiance. Souvenirs. We give our kids a one souvenir rule when we go places. Sometimes we make exceptions, but knowing they're likely to only get one souvenir helps them decide what they don't want faster. One trip, my daughter picked a Pascal toy. Another trip, she told me before we even got to the park that she wanted a flounder stuffed animal. It could be good to talk with your kids ahead of time and set expectations about souvenirs. There is a lot to see, and they may just want everything. Also, in the case of flounder, my daughter fell asleep for the night before we made it inside a gift shop. And since I already knew what she wanted, I found it for her and she was delighted when she woke up the next day. If your child wants a bubble wand, I recommend getting that early in the day. It's a great way for toddlers to stay entertained while waiting in line and riding in the stroller. Genie Plus. Unless you have older kids with you, skip it. Most of the rides you are going to go on with your toddler are not available with Genie Plus. So it would be a waste spending the extra money for Genie Plus when you would hardly even use it. If you have older children or adults with you and you plan on doing Rider Switch off and on all day, then you probably want to use Genie Plus. Nighttime shows. This depends on your child. My son loves fireworks, so we always stay for fireworks. If your child is scared of loud noises or gets particularly cranky after bedtime, you might want to leave before the nighttime shows. That's why rope drop is so important with little ones. Most importantly, take all the pictures. If you do have Genie Plus, it includes PhotoPass. If not, you can still buy PhotoPass to get the professional pictures taken by cast members. Or bring your phone or your favorite camera and take a lot of pictures yourself. Just remember, no selfie sticks. When you use PhotoPass, be sure to ask the cast member to add some magic. One final note, I found that it's super helpful to bring a few toys from home to Disneyland. This may seem unnecessary since there are so many toys to buy at the park, but my daughter packed a small purse with some of her favorite Duplos and brought a couple small toys. While waiting for food or waiting for her big brother to go on big rides, these toys came in handy. I hope these tips were helpful. Please tell me in the comments what other tips you would like to know when planning for a trip to the Disneyland Resort. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos.